When the Hells Angels biker saw Widow fixing the cabin, his next step left her breathless. The wind howled through the dense forest, carrying with it a bitter chill that cut through the small, worn cabin like a knife. Inside, a woman moved with quiet determination, her hands raw and scraped from hours of labor. She was alone, or at least that's what she thought. Every nail she hammered, every plank she replaced, was a silent act of defiance against the life that had been stolen from her. The cabin wasn't just wood and stone, it was a fortress for memories of the husband she had lost too soon, a man who had once promised her forever. She had vowed to survive, to endure, to rebuild, even if it meant doing it all alone. Outside, the forest stirred with a low, unfamiliar rumble. The sound was rough and resonant, like thunder, but it carried a different rhythm, metal against asphalt, tires grinding the dirt road, a growl that could chill a soul. And then she saw him, a Hells Angels biker, leather-clad, tattoos sprawling across his arms like a map of battles fought and survived, striding toward her cabin with a presence that demanded attention. His black bike gleamed under the pale sun, an intimidating contrast to her fragile, quiet world. For a moment, fear gripped her heart, icy and unforgiving. But there was something in his eyes, curiosity, maybe empathy, something that made her pause. If you're watching this and you believe in the power of kindness and second chances, go ahead and hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes even the hardest hearts can be touched by the most unexpected people. She tried to ignore him, returning to her work, hammering with a rhythm meant to drown out the pounding of her own anxiety. Yet, he didn't leave. Instead, he leaned against his bike, arms crossed, watching her with an intensity that made her skin prickle. Days had taught her caution, nights had carved walls around her heart, but the biker, stranger, intruder, mystery, broke through with nothing but quiet presence. He didn't speak at first, he just watched, as if assessing not the cabin but the woman herself, seeing strength beneath the fatigue, sorrow beneath the grit. Her life had been a series of shattered fragments since the accident, a cruel twist of fate that had taken her husband in a heartbeat. The local townspeople pitied her, or worse, ignored her. She had learned to fend for herself, fixing the leaky roof, patching the walls, chopping wood for warmth. And now, standing there, the weight of solitude pressing her chest, she felt the impossible pull of human connection. An emotion she hadn't allowed herself to feel in months. The biker finally spoke, his voice low and gravelly, carrying the faintest trace of something tender she hadn't expected. He offered help, not charity, not judgment, just help. Skepticism warred with instinct, but exhaustion won, and she nodded. And so together, they lifted beams, patched holes, and carried buckets of water, their labor a silent symphony of teamwork. She noticed the way his hands, though strong and calloused, moved with care, the way his eyes softened whenever she laughed, a sound so rare and precious it seemed to echo in the clearing like music. As days passed, the cabin transformed, not just in structure but in spirit. Each repaired board, each tightened nail, was a testament to resilience, but more importantly, to the unexpected bond forming between them. She learned snippets of his life, tattoos that told stories of pain and survival, scars that spoke of battles she could only imagine. And he learned hers, the depth of loss, the silent strength it took to keep living, to keep hoping. There was a magnetic tension, fragile yet undeniable, a silent acknowledgement that life could surprise even the most guarded hearts. But healing is never easy. Late one night, as snow began to dust the forest in a quiet white, she found herself crying beside the fireplace, the grief she had, contained for so long, spilling out in tremors and sobs. He didn't ask questions, he didn't offer platitudes. He simply knelt beside her, wrapping his arms around her, a fortress of warmth against the cold, his leather jacket pressed to her tears. In that embrace, she realized that sometimes salvation doesn't come from grand gestures or life-altering events. Sometimes it comes from the quiet presence of someone who refuses to turn away. Weeks blurred into months, and the once-worn cabin now stood proud and strong, a reflection of their shared perseverance. She would often catch him staring at her from across the yard, a hesitant smile playing at the corners of his mouth, and her heart would catch in ways she hadn't allowed in years. There was fear still, yes, and caution, but there was also a thrilling pulse of hope, a gentle assurance that life, even after tragedy, could be beautiful again. The moment that left her breathless wasn't marked by fireworks or dramatic declarations. It was simple, almost ordinary. A morning when she stepped outside to find him painting the front porch, the first rays of sun catching the gold in his eyes, his hands steady and patient. He handed her the brush without a word, and for a long while they worked side by side in silence, the kind that speaks louder than any conversation. When she finally looked up at him, truly looked, she saw not the biker, not the outsider, but a man who had chosen to stay, who had chosen to see her not as broken, but as whole in ways she had forgotten she could be. That day, in that quiet sunlit moment, she understood something profound. Love and hope don't always arrive with grand entrances. They arrive softly, persistently, unexpectedly. Life had tested her in ways she never imagined, but in the eyes of a man who had once seemed an impossible stranger, she found something she thought she had lost forever, a partner in survival, in laughter, in the simple, quiet moments of rebuilding life. The cabin, once a monument to loss, had become a sanctuary of second chances. And as the sun dipped behind the trees, painting the sky in shades of fire, she realized that sometimes the heart is strongest not when it avoids pain, but when it allows itself to trust again. If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe in the magic of unexpected connections and the power of resilience, please take a moment to like, share, and comment your thoughts. Your engagement helps spread these stories of hope and courage to others who need them. And before you go, I'd love for you to comment one word that describes what this story made you feel, because every heart matters. Sometimes the most powerful love stories aren't written in grand gestures or dramatic encounters. They are built quietly in the shared sweat, the unspoken understanding, the patience, and the willingness to see the humanity in someone else. And in that small cabin, nestled in the forest, two souls who were once broken found the strength to rebuild. Not just a home, but each other. And that, perhaps, is the greatest testament to the human spirit, that even in the aftermath of loss, hope can find a way, love can find a way, and life, stubborn and beautiful, can begin anew.